I get asked a lot how Spokes began. So as we approach our 8th birthday, I thought I'd tell the story because it's pretty cool. This all began in about 1997. I was on my way to a summer camp that I didn't particularly want to go to. My mum bribed me with a magazine from a service station, and I saw this fascinating photo of a guy riding down a glacier on a bike. And I was like, this is pretty cool. I think this is the magazine I'm going to have. Went to the camp, met up with a couple of guys while I was there who were avid mountain bikers, and they noticed that I was reading this mag. They were a bit older than me, and I thought, oh, they're pretty cool. And they were telling me about some of the adventures that they've had. And I thought, I want a piece of this action. The following year, my dad got a job in India, in Mumbai, but I was saving up for a new mountain bike when I got back. One of the people in the same apartment block as me let me use his bike, and so I used to cycle around the streets of Mumbai, and I still remember the heat and the smells and some of the things that I saw. But this is one of the first tastes of the adventures that I was about to get on a bike. Within a day of coming back to the UK, I dragged my mum to the local bike shop and finally parted with the hard-earned cash and bought my first bike. I used to go cycling with a couple of close pals, and when I was 16, we decided to enter our first ever mountain bike race. Now this is important because I take you back to that first magazine that I bought, and we decided to go into the deep end and do the Meg Avalanche in France. Now the Mega is an iconic race. It starts at 3,300 meters above sea level on a glacier in Alpe d'Huez in France. Basically, I had a massive mechanical that time. My best mate got airlifted off to hospital, and it was just mayhem. But to be that young and to go and experience something so great was an amazing experience, and I was absolutely hooked on mountain biking and really trying to progress my skills and my level in racing. I decided to leave college. I went to work in Halfords for about 3 years. There was a point where I did think I need to get a proper job. I always had a dream of working in banking and finance, and I went to this maths interview and it went really well. And I thought, yeah, I think I've got this. And on my way back home, I stopped into my local bike shop and he persuaded me to actually work there. I binned off the banking job and worked there for 11 years. One of my friends suggested that we did a relay of an iron distance triathlon. Sat down in the stands at the finish line, waiting for my friend to finish the marathon leg of this iron triathlon, and I was getting quite inspired by it. And he came in, we ran across the finish line together, and we all got the same medal that the guys that did the full thing got. And I thought, you know what? I don't deserve this. So I asked about 8 or 9 of my friends, do you reckon I could train for the full event next year? One person said yes, and she was the person I listened to. I used to love talking to people in my old shop. I met some really interesting people, and one of the guys that came in said that he was doing the same event as me. Simon and I ended up spending a lot of time together over that year. And we would run together, we would swim together, we would cycle together, and we just had this brilliant year of building up the events. We did every single distance from super sprint up to iron within a year. Simon introduced me to a couple of people that he ran with. One of the guys, Rob, he was there for the first couple of times, and the second guy, David. Now David looked at this retail space that he was looking to buy and lease out, and he stood there with the estate agent and said, oh, that would make a great bike shop. And Simon connected some dots there and introduced us, really excited, and said, oh, you guys should talk. So David and I ended up having a meeting. He's a pretty cool guy, and he's had a pilot's license since he was 21. And so we flew to Cornwall, had a genuine Cornish pasty, and hashed out a deal for spokes on the back of a napkin. I would love to say that it was all plain sailing after that, but it really wasn't. So the property deal ended up getting rejected. David tried again and again and again. There was a point after several months where I genuinely gave up. So I called up a guy that I've known for years that's always promised me some help if I ever wanted to get into investment banking. I'll help you and I'll get you into the city. I'll make some calls tomorrow. Thanked him very much. 30 seconds later, and I still get goosebumps telling this, I got a call from David. He said, James, are you still interested in opening a bike shop? I've gone into business with a couple of friends. We bought the shop next door and all the office space above that we're going to turn into a few flats. Get the keys in September. You in? I remember hanging up the phone and just bursting into tears. It was a really cool moment. You know, 8 years on from when we first opened the shop, well, we've taken nearly £15 million. We've sold in excess of 6,000 bikes. We've done over probably 12,000 workshop jobs, employed nearly 50 people. Supported some really cool ambassadors actually over the years, from racing car drivers, an artist from South Africa, a film director, a guy that's climbed Everest, and some other really interesting people. The community is absolutely the cornerstone of Spokes. Like, without the community, Spokes wouldn't be here. Genuinely, we want to thank all of our customers and everybody that's supported the Spoke story so far. Without you, this simply wouldn't be possible. We've absolutely loved you being a part of our journey, and we're looking forward to sharing many more exciting moments, memories, and experiences together.